Every oil field begins changing the moment the first barrel leaves the ground. Foot by foot, the drill bit descends, through soil, then rock, until it reaches the reservoir far below. There's no underground lake down there, no cavern. Oil sits trapped inside rock, packed into pores smaller than a grain of sand, held in place by the weight of everything above it. That weight creates enormous pressure, built up over millions of years. The moment the drill reaches it, everything begins to change. Drill into it, and that pressure does the work. Oil pushes itself up. No pumping required. Primary production. The easiest oil a field will ever give up. Barrel by barrel. Day by day. The flow begins to slow. Until the oil no longer reaches the surface on its own. Gauge by gauge, readings drop. Shift by shift, crews watch the numbers fall. Pressure falls. Flow slows. The reservoir doesn't refill, it just empties. Left alone, a field like this stalls out, with most of its oil still locked in the rock. To get the rest, engineers can't just keep drilling. They have to replace what the reservoir lost. So they put something back. Water first, then gas. Whatever it takes to keep the pressure alive. Well by well, injection begins on one side of the field. Pore by pore, water spreads through the rock. Front by front, it pushes the remaining oil toward the production wells. Day by day, the front advances. Well by well, production climbs back. This buys a field another decade, sometimes two. But water can only push out oil that isn't stuck to the rock. A stubborn share always stays behind, clinging to the pore walls no matter how much water follows it. Enhanced oil recovery goes further still. Carbon dioxide, chemicals, even heat. Injected well after well, loosening oil that water alone can't move. Coaxing out barrels the field was never expected to give up. Molecule by molecule, the chemical bond breaks. Droplet by droplet, oil releases from the rock it clung to. Well by well, the harvest continues. Season by season, output climbs again. Pore by pore, empty spaces disappear. Grain by grain, the rock compresses. Layer by layer, the reservoir becomes thinner. Millimeter by millimeter, the rock above settles. Inch by inch, that settling climbs toward the surface. And what happens miles underground doesn't always stay there. Layer by layer, the effect travels upward. Meter by meter, it nears the surface. Ground sinks. Centimeter by centimeter, year after year. Above some fields, the surface itself starts to give. Slowly and by design, that's a risk engineers now watch for from the very first well. In the North Sea, one field sank so much, engineers had to lift an entire platform to save it. The Ekofisk field sits in chalk. A rock soft enough to compress as oil and pressure left it. Through the 1970s and 80s, the seabed beneath the platforms sank nearly half a meter a year. Month after month, storm season after storm season. Engineers had expected almost none of it. The safety gap between the deck and the waves kept closing year by year. Until the margin that once felt generous had nearly disappeared. Left unchecked, a single bad storm could put water where a working oil platform stood. Survey by survey, engineers measured the gap. Month by month, until waiting was no longer an option. Legs cut. Jacks clamped on. Jack by jack, the platform rises. Centimeter by centimeter. New steel sections are welded into place. Level by level, the deck steadies, beam by beam. The structure locks into place. Weld by weld, the new legs take shape, bolt by bolt. They're secured to the old, inch by inch. The gap between deck and wave grows wider again. Test by test, engineers confirm it's holding. 41,000 tons of steel lifted 6 meters into the air. Seam by seam, before the platform was lowered back into place. It kept producing oil the entire time. Today, fields like Ekofisk are managed through digital reservoir models. Reading by reading, pressure data accumulates. Scan by scan, seismic images stack into a single picture. Update by update, the model predicts compaction years before it ever reaches the surface. Field by field, the models multiply. platform by platform. Engineers watch numbers most people will never see. Horizontal drilling changed the approach even further, straight down. Then the well begins to curve, degree by degree. The angle shifts, meter by meter. It follows the reservoir layer, mile after mile. A single well, reaching far more oil while disturbing far less rock than drilling straight down ever could. Every barrel we remove changes the earth beneath our feet. The question is, how much?